When you first open up the mini bridge panel, let's go ahead and do that by clicking on the mini bridge icon in this panel dock over here on the right. And again, if you're not seeing that, you need to be in the Essentials workspace by clicking on the word Essentials at the top, or just simply clicking on the mini bridge icon in the application bar as well. You'll see when it first opens up, it's been arranged as kind of a vertical panel. And you've got some basic navigation options up here on the top, and then your content area is displayed here on the bottom. I don't find this initial view all that useful because it's just a single column of thumbnails. I want to see a lot more thumbnails there. So the first thing you can do is just take your mouse to the left edge of the mini bridge panel. And we're just going to click and drag that and make it more of a horizontal panel. And I can also resize it from the bottom and just change the layout here. So once you snap it to a particular proportion here or shape, the navigation ends up on the left. And I find that a little bit more convenient. You can also collapse that area down, or you can even turn that away because you have the path bar up here at the top as well. Point being is that you can rearrange the size of the panel so that you can see more or fewer thumbnails depending on your taste. You can also, of course, change the size of the thumbnails and make them a lot smaller, and you have a lot of flexibility there. And then other ways that you can customize your current view, you have some filtering options up here on the upper right-hand corner, and then you have some display options here in the bottom right corner. I'm currently viewing my images as thumbnails. If you want, you can change them to details so you actually see a large thumbnail on the left and then a bunch of file information about that on the right. Go ahead and scale the thumbnails down so I can see more information to the right of the thumbnail. And if you want to change that back to thumbnails, I can just click on that view option again in the bottom right corner and choose as thumbnails again. So a couple different things to do there. By default, these thumbnails are arranged alphabetically. That's the way they're being sorted. So if you take a look up here, you've got a sort menu. And I can pull down and say, I want them by file size, by rating, by any of these categories here. I typically just leave it by file name. Once you've clicked on a thumbnail on a particular folder that you're navigated to, you've now put what we call UI focus in that particular panel, which means you can start typing the first few letters of the file that you want to jump to. So for instance, if I want to open up the weeds file, if I type the letter W, it will jump and select that particular thumbnail. If you haven't clicked in the panel before you start typing, what you're going to end up doing is actually switching tools, because every tool in Photoshop has a letter assigned to it that you can just simply type to switch from tool to tool. So the trick here is make sure you click in the panel first, and then that's putting that UI focus. You can see there's a blue highlight in the content area, letting you know that you've got some focus there. And if I type W, it goes to the first W in the list. In this case, it's weeds. If I type WI, it takes me to winter. Once I have that file then selected after typing the first few characters, I can either double click on it or I can press the enter or return key to open that file in Photoshop. Again, the mini bridge panel stays open after you've opened a particular file. So if you want to collapse that, you just click on the word mini bridge again to dismiss it and have it go away.